So. So this should enable the cursor when I press Alt once I've finished with this. So I don't want toggle crafting on. Enable cursor. Now let's create a public void cursor. Don't really know why I've got it called dir, but for now it is. Now there's there. What does locked cursor do? Just used anywhere else? Okay, so I know with ML, so ML dot so if the is greater than 0, else so in theory what I've just done there should be when there's any kind of button press detected, it will put the cursor lock mode to none, i.e. enable the cursor, and flag this, which will disable, I think disable, evening. left it yesterday, where the cursor, I couldn't enable the cursor. I'm hoping that I've just done that now. So instead of right click, I've set it to left alt for the time being. So, oh, yeah, oh, awesome. Yeah, that's working as expected. Sensitivity is a bit low on the turning. 1 second, let me just... Yeah, I've not been doing it long. It just worked first time, which is always good and also always rare. Right, let me just exit Google Drive and a few other things then. I'm not getting any spam. Oh. That'll do, that'll do. So that's that sorted. I was thinking what you said about state machines yesterday. My friend was talking about them as well today. I think it is probably a good idea for later down the line. For now, I'm just going to get the controls so that it works as it did before, but with the new style, and then take it from there. But for the time being, we're in a good place now. What I was trying to think what else I wanted to do that I mentioned yesterday. So this is working. I think I need to reduce the movement speed a bit because I seem to be running a lot faster. I don't seem to be jumping as high, which is a good thing because I mean even that's way too high. But before I was jumping miles. So press that, press that. Press that. So that's just something I've just never bothered changing. I should be able to just change it in jump height. So it's 5, and I would say it's about probably 5 times 2. I'll put 2. Give it a go. It's just something, you know, that I knew I could change, so I've never bothered changing it because it wasn't important. Okay, 2 is not bad. I think 1.5 might be the right number though. And I might increase the gravity. Yeah, in fact I do want to increase the gravity because in the video that I watched, it times it by 2 so you fall a bit faster. Because I don't want to be floating about really. That's better. That feels a lot more natural. Like I say, let's just try 1.5. Can't believe I never noticed that graph distance before. Yeah, I think this is about right. Now in terms of standard speed, 12 seems a bit... I keep stopping it. I should get it nailed and then... So, I mean, I do want to enable a sprint feature, so I don't want to be moving too fast on the basic. This might even be a little bit too fast, but it'll do for now. And finally, what I want to do is increase the sensitivity because it was way too high yesterday, but I think I lowered it a bit too much, so let's try 6. Right, I know obviously I'm going to have people be able to change it themselves, but this, I don't want it, it would kind of pissing me off a little bit, so at least now. So, yeah, 7's the magic number again. So click that, yeah. Rotate. The rotate of the placements, and I can't place down 2 things there that I need to sort. Glad I checked that now. Right, which will be object placement script. I thought I'd sorted this. So controller mapping, let me just move it over here. Oh no, I just added the buttons, I never actually coded it. It looks like. Well, for Q anyway, E's already in use on interact. See, this is where I need to learn how to do the whole kind of either state machine or use the new input system with different profiles, but I've not figured that out yet. I've not really looked at it to figure it out, but so I'm just going to set up Q for now, I think. Unless I figure it out now. Just being lazy to it in. I'm going to create a new action map, and I'm going to call this place. And I want the first action to be rotate left. Did I already put this in? No, I decided against it. That's good. So rotate left, I want Q. Well, good luck, and if you figure stuff out that I haven't, please share your knowledge. Rotate right. I mean, it's quite straightforward, but at the same time, it's just I do somewhat miss just being able to put input dot get blah 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 dot. But I can see why it's a lot better. So place object, and we want that as mouse left button. Right, I'll just stick with M3 for now because that's all I've coded so far. Obviously I have more. So I need to do a bit of a Google here. Don't mind me, I was playing WoW Classic earlier, so. And it finally came up. Right, so input systems between what's it called? Action maps. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is this guy solved his own problem and got back to him, hero. But it looks like there's something called switch current action map. So I feel like, I'd like to be able to see what Reddit's got for us. Cheers, pal. written bit of code that shows how it toggles between them. Right. Switch. Right, so switch. Okay, that didn't help. I don't know if you heard that, but I just got like the really annoying bring as in nope. So if anybody watching knows how to do this, that please help. So what I'm trying to do, switch between two different input action maps. So I've got the player controller, but then when I'm putting, for example, when I access the UI, I might want it to switch, and when I put in placing objects down, I'll also probably want it to switch. But I've never done it before, so I'm just trying to figure it out. So I can't believe all roads seem to lead back to that thread. How do I switch X maps during runtime? I was hoping for doesn't mention actually. This could be interesting. Okay. So I got, yeah. So this will sound. It could be what I need. So there's a player, then a death menu. So I assume that pops up when he dies, and you press enter or start to restart the game. Ah. Okay. On move, on fire. Switching action maps. Yeah. So load up a reference to our player input component on our. I already get that. Use the player input component. Ah, yeah, player. Use the player input component to switch action maps. That's kinda. Step 3 is the one we're most unfamiliar with in this case. Excellent. So this is all about step 3. So okay, so I get it. So another script will trigger this on player death in this case, which is inside his player, which is for me this, and that method will then toggle change the current player action back to. I think I get it. Think being the word of the week. Right, so I'm just gonna put it here, so I'll move it later. So let's just call this public on placement. So that's the one I'm trying to do right now. Oh, right, public boy on placement. Dope. So I suppose in my case, it's when I click on the inventory slot that has a placeable object. Here we go. So in the inventory slot, I'm going to need to reference controller mapping. That's what CM, and then from there, when on the place, if the item's placeable, what did I say it was called? On placement. So then in on placement, to controls dot current. No, I've got that wrong. So what's this underscore player input? A little bit confused, so I'm just going to copy that and I'll have to keep writing it. So anyone know what it could be? I do like it when they do these like little segments like this, but it'd be great if I could see the overall code as well. So in the input manager.cs, current action map of player input. What is player input? Where's player input? Oh, player input is. Who's this one there? Yes. Where did I see that the other day? The player input, was it on camera or something random? Oh no, event system, I think. No, come on. Do I need to add this player input? Okay, I get it. That's what I was missing. So I need can't have that. This is why I'm shorthand naming conventions start to fail in it. So p input dot current action map equals back to the actual code again. P input dot actions dot find action map, and then just the name, which is item placement. So in here I am also going to need, just like in one of these. What's that? And then just like in that, I'm going to steal that. But instead of on placement, I'm going to put on placement end, I guess. Public void on placement end. Then I just want to change this back to player. Okay, and now I should, in theory, be you know what? I'm going to move these. Into their own method as well. Void player controls. I'm just going to shrink that down. Private void placement Now what I need to do here is a lot of these I'm going to have to kind of keep. Now I'm not in placement because I still want to be able to move around and everything in the placement like I do in this. The only ones I want to remove actually are, I don't want the cursor and I don't want to open any of those menus. I suppose I'll take them for looking around. Left, right, forward, back. Don't want attack. Don't want interact. And I'm not going to bother with jump either. So on these I just need to put item placement instead of player. And then basically copy them from the player into item placement. I'm hoping that you can just do a straight copy and paste. That would be lovely. Right, so let's just shrink these down. So I want that, 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 that. That's it, I think. Copy. Paste. Oh, brilliant. Just make sure it's all good. What was the other thing? Forward, back. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, save asset. And these should now disappear. Yes. So that, no, I just wanted to get the other two things in. Dot rotate left. Dot. So, in fact, I'm just going to steal it from jump. So I'll copy that for now. So I want that performed and all that gubbins. I don't want jump there, I want rotate. What I could do actually is as well as a float for whether the button's been pressed, have a bool maybe. So left's true, that's false. Then I only need one. Rotate. The problem is it's getting quite messy as this now. So I want float, dir and bool. Rotate this. So if rotations equals true, then from rotating it, within a is greater than 0. No. Yeah, greater than 0. Okay, so on placement, already have OPS as a thing? Yes. That should be there. Okay. Figuring this out now. Definitely getting there. Right. So the other one I want is, don't need jump anymore. The left click. So I'm just going to copy attack and just rename it. Did I set a left click up? Place object. So place object. Place object. So now I just need to create that. Click. Void place object. I don't think I need these public because I ended up doing it the other way around. But just back in 1 second. Back. So on the place object, I just want if dir is greater than 0, then do the place the object. So what's place I? And upon placing the item, it will also revert back to the player controls in theory. So let's try it out. Oh, I hope this works because I'm not staying on too late tonight, so if I can get this working before I go, I'll be happy. It's been a very long day at work, to say the least. Okay, good news, bad news. No, just bad news. Nothing is working. But that could be to do with the fact that I added this. And I probably didn't finish. There's quite a few things I didn't do, actually. One of which is inventory slot. I need to do it in the prefab. No worries, I'll hopefully see you soon. As usual, thanks for your help and your encouragement, etc. I just need to figure this out, right? Okay, so yep, thanks. See you in a bit. Let's go back to this guide. Oh god, I've said the magic word. Whenever I say anything related to goodbye, my dog comes running because he thinks it's time for like a walk or something. Oh yeah. Huh? Right. So what did I skip out on here, so that's a none, that's a none. I feel like where is it? Invoke Unity events. Do I need these callbacks? This was working before I put this in. Maybe invoke C# events. Oh, come on. Interesting. A lot of events you can have. So this is, I'm not sure by adding this input manager I've thrown everything out of whack. Because I've assigned that to that, I've clicked save. Default map player. I think I'm gonna have to Google what these input managers, player inputs do, because I'm just not sure. I'll move this onto my screen for a sec. Player input. Content. I think one of the issues is I added this to the player. I think I need something like a game. Something I haven't added yet for some reason is a game manager. So I think maybe if I add it to this. I'm gonna go for clear, and I need to remove this. I don't think this will do anything, but clear input component. Okay, so apparently I don't need. Just gonna delete this. Which is gonna cause some issues, I know, but apparently what I could. I'm just gonna get rid of that. And get that. Now there must be another way to do this, so controls dot okay. I regret doing everything I've just done. I'm gonna. Right. What? It's gonna re-add. Where import. Equals get component where so what I think I can do here, which oh my giddy goose. figured it out. Forgot to do this. I am an idiot. So I've moved everything out of this. So it is C# or a very. It's just a very messy script. But yeah, it's C#. Yeah, totally forgot to put those in the awake, so none of the controls are doing anything. So everything I've just undone, I probably need to redo. But it. Hey ho. At least I won't forget that again. He says. Yeah, so it's C# for Unity, with Unity plugins for game design. But yeah, C# quite a nice language to learn, seemingly. I'm enjoying it anyway. But a lot of the stuff I'm doing here is kind of more custom classes for Unity and things. Controller mapping. So what I would say, I've done both. I've not done much Unreal. If you want to do it via coding, Unity's just much more pleasant experience. But if you're thinking of doing like visual scripting, then they've both got that facility now. But I think Unreal's is a little bit stronger. But obviously Unreal's, it's easier to get a game looking nice in Unreal, I would say. But you can get games looking equally as nice in Unity. But it's just a little bit more long-winded. Not long-winded. Slightly steeper learning curve, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Personal opinion this, by the way. I've only used Unreal a little bit, and I did enjoy the like the layouts and design side of things, but I didn't really. I didn't like C++, and I wanted to code, so I went with Unity, and I love Unity. I proper love Unity now. It's great. It's quite easy to pick up as well. You just and there's that much resource online. YouTube, you can learn it for free via YouTube videos, or you can get a cheap course and stuff. Right, what we're doing. Oh yeah, I was re-adding player input. I'm gonna this time hopefully not screw anything up. So our default map player, and I think I want invoke C# events, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna just try the one that it auto sets to. If I can get my controller to work, oh here we go, I can show you. Okay, I'll do a quick one through for you. I'm working on a survival game. So far I'm just working on the basics for it. I do have an idea where I'm going to take it, but it's kind of a low poly cartoony survival game. This is just like a test environment for testing out all my bits and bats. So I've got an inventory system. It's not the cleanest, but it's the crafting system. Although I have, because what I've done yesterday is completely redesigned the controls, and that's what I'm still doing today. So it's a little bit iffy. So I also got a cooking system, so I put the chicken in. The only issue is, whilst it's cooking, it disappears, but that's just a UI design I need to fix. So meat goes in, you light it, meat comes out, basically. At the minute it's just the same meat that goes in, but up that gathering. It's something I just got from the Humble Bundle. From a Humble Bundle once. I think it's just called. It's just like, I think it's just called 2000 icons. I can get you a link if you want it. Probably. But yeah, it's just full of icons, and then I used another one which I can't tell you. It's just called PNG, but they were both. So I used this. Yeah, so I used this for like the background, and then the icon, the 2000 icons thing for the icons. So it's two different assets at the minute. I'm probably going to change the icons because it's not fit for purpose. That chicken I picked up. I'm not sure. I've acquired quite a lot of assets over the years, but there are some free ones if you go on things like itch.io, and there's one called Game Dev Market, and if you do go with Unity, I'll show you right quick. If you do decide to use Unity, same with Unreal, to be honest, there's an asset store, and there's loads of freebies on there. So if you type in like UI, and then you can check free assets. So all these are free, and it'll just add it to your Unity account. So there's this kind of sci-fi looking one, you know. Some of the free stuff's actually as good as the paid for stuff, in my opinion. I've used this one before. This one's quite a good one. So you just you just click add to my assets, and it'll add it to your account a bit like anything else. I'll sign in and show you all mine. I've got loads of stuff. I paid for a lot of it, but there are quite a lot of freebies. You could easily make a game with all the free assets on here, but yeah. So it's got like its own little DRM. So, and if you just click open in Unity, it'll immediately send it to here and import it. So, example, click open in Unity, and it'll appear in this, and then you click download. Well, it's taking a minute. Yeah, that's the reason I really like it. Everything's quite fluid nowadays. It didn't used to be. And you click install. Obviously, I don't want that right now. Or you could just search for it in here directly if it's already in your library. You click my assets. But yeah. So yeah, I'll just show you what else. You can attack the animals, and then they shrink and spit out meat and stuff. Yeah, and you can chop down trees, and at the minute it's a bit buggy, the tree chopping. Yeah, at least I made them just shrink rather than have a gory death. You know, a man's got to eat. You're going to be trapped on an island or whatever I decide to do. So yeah, it's a bit buggy at the minute with the melee because I've just changed how it works. So I still need to work on it basically. Since I added the new controller, it's all a little bit. But yeah, that's all I've got so far. But it's actually quite a lot because it's all the back end systems are pretty much almost sorted now, and then I can look at AI and enemies and day-night cycles and health, and I've got so much to do. Yeah, but that's it. So I've been working on it for about 5 weeks now. Sure, if you've got a link, I'll give it a go. I don't mind. Yeah, one thing to consider though, I didn't make these assets. Every asset, all the visuals are pre-made that I've just got permission to use. You know, I've got from the asset store or whatever. I'm not an artist, so it's all the thing I've done is programming so far. So yeah, okay, no worries. But yeah, I've been so I was so into showing you my game. I didn't even click on that the controls worked. So happy days. One thing I didn't test actually is the placement. So that what I've just done here, I've set up two different input profiles, one for moving around and one for when you're placing items. I'm going to set up another one for the UI as well, now that I know how to do it, or at least I think I know how to do it. So these items here, the fire and this rack, are placeable items. So yeah, it's still not working right. It's still not toggling between them. So what should happen here is I shouldn't be able to jump, but I should be able to rotate that, but it's not happening. I can't place it down though. Oh, that's odd. The placement's working. So it's half working. That's very interesting. So let me just nice. So it's been my dream to have a game, I get a mobile game, and I started making one, and I've got it. It's on Google Drive. I'd say it's 90% complete, but then I had a catastrophic hard drive failure, and I'm having real trouble getting it off Google Drive and it working. So I'm worried I might have lost that, but I'm not too bothered at the minute because I'm working on this, and to be honest, I'm a bit more passionate about this right now because of no, because I'm an idiot. I've recently moved into my new office room out of my other room, and I'm going to set up a backup server and a Git for all the code. But I really should do that soon because I've got a lot of code here. But I do have a backup of this. I'm not backing. I won't be backing up the full game, just the code. Because I think you've got a gigabyte. Is it 1 gig? Maximum usage for free, and I'm not paying just yet. I need to actually start selling copies of my game if I wanna. Yeah. So one thing I noticed then, it did work, but it worked in the wrong place. The placement thing. I think I've put them in the wrong place. So I can attack right now. I can jump right now. When I click this, what I thought would happen was it would stop me from being able to jump. But when I place things down, okay, now I'm confused. Yeah, when I place it down, I can still jump, but I can no longer swing. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I've still got some work to do for this controller, but I'm getting there, I think. So let's go back to this. So on placement, enable that. I should be able to see this actually in real time. If I go to player, the bottom here, that should, I think, change. Oh, no, it won't. Oh. Let's try invoke C# scripts. See if this one. Yeah, it's not switching states correctly. So I've got my movement state and then the placement state. Okay, this seems a lot choppier. I'm only getting 44 FPS. Why is that? Let me turn that back to. Is that purely just from that? Nice. No, it's something else. It'll be my computer doing some annoying backup or something. Happened yesterday as well. Okay, let me try this again. So I've got it set up so when I click on a placement item, if I left click on that, oops, it will it should switch my current type movement type to placement, which means I shouldn't be able to jump. I should be just placing stuff down. Probably will enable jump later. That doesn't seem to be happening. There was a debug at the bottom there. Did that show? It'd be great to show which one I'm using. Okay, think, Stephen. I'm really having a moment here. So the input system called the event multiple times in a frame. Right, so someone has an issue where press only. I don't know, I'm at a loss here. I'm at a loss. I thought this were going to work, I really did. So let's put some debug in to see if it's actually getting as far as trying to swap it. Swap to item placement. And then let's see, put that in here. I've just had a thought what it might be. Oh, I think I figured it out. I made yeah, that's what this debug dog log is. It's printing to the I'm a Java developer at work, which is system.print.out. No, system.out.print. The amount of times when I first started doing this, I kept writing the wrong thing. But I haven't done much actual Java at work recently, so I'm kind of used to this. So something tells me when I get back to doing Java, I'm going to be putting debug log all the time. So, right, I've just had a thought of what it might be, though. I need to action it before I forget. So, in my prefabs, I've got some UI prefabs, including this inventory slot. I've got this controller mapping. I can't do it to a prefab. For now, I'm just going to do it to directly to this and just put the player So I never actually... oh dear. I mean, just... yeah. I kind of like that. Arrays starting at 0 sometimes screws me over royally, and I'll be spending like an hour just thinking. Even though I know they start at 0, I just... if I'm doing something what involves a set of arrays and like lengths, for example, so obviously the length starts at what if there's a 0 in an array, then the length or the count of the array is 1. So when I'm trying to do something with that, it just, my head just melts. Okay, so I am going to now... no, that's not it. That was only one piece of the puzzle. On placement end, which is the placement script. Where is my... which is... okay, I think this might work now. Right, yeah, I think Python's a bit like that, I think. Maybe not to that extreme, but I feel like that does... come on, I thought you were gonna work. Okay. Right, well, I can attack now. So let's craft the basic bed. Oh no, what did I just do? So Alt and clicking is screwing something up. I get some very odd behaviour after I've done the thing. I've just realised I've got all this. I need to remove this debug stuff from the update. Right. So it didn't work, so let's check this debug that I just put in. I thought I'd figured it out. I was so convinced I'd figured it out. So yeah, I have only started using this input system like yesterday/today. Oh, there's a null. Not 100% sure why that's happened. Okay, so it's detecting that I've switched to item placement. Yeah, that's really bizarre. After I switch, it seems to instantly remove what's in there. That's really bizarre. So is that Nori coming back with his game? No. So I've got this so I've got an inventory. So anything that appears in there should appear in there. So that is just the visual representation of this array here. So if I pick this chicken up, there's the chicken. If I pick some wood up, there's 20 wood in slot 2. So now I pick this fire up. If I click on the fire and then place down, the chicken is still there. Now when I click the chicken, it disappears, I think. Okay, it's not doing it now. catching a bit filled, but I wouldn't say good progress. It's been a bit. Oh, hello, bud. It's been a bit slow these last couple of days. I've just been trying to get this controller done, the input system. But once we've got made around it, I'll be back on with the actual fun stuff. But yeah, it's doing something completely different this time. So it's kicking off about the item flag. That's my bad. So I've added this new. I added a new system in. So each item that you're able to pick up. Nah, catching a bit. Yeah, so everything you've got has this item flag, and it tells you what kind of item it is. So this is a crafting region because you use it for technically crafting because you're cooking it. Whereas the fire is a... Okay, I need to put that on. See, this is why it's spitting out errors. Whereas these are going to be, instead of a crafting region, these will be placeable because they're something you pick up and put down. And then equipable will be like weapons. I haven't got there yet. Recipes are things you can learn, consumables, food, portions, whatever I decide to implement. So that script needs to be present on every pickup, but right now, evidently, it's not. Because I think I only added it to the food, because that's what all I've been working on at the minute. So, like, for instance, these I will need to add the script. Stresses me out, does this. It's one annoying thing about Unity, if you click accidentally slightly wrong. Yeah, so if you can see, the food's got this item flag and region, so that will only have that. Anything with is crafting region, I'll only put the region script on. So it'll check if it's a crafting region. If it is, it'll look for that script. So resources, for example, these are all going to be crafting regions. Oh, just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Just a quick conversation. What was I saying? Yeah, so these are all going to have. Well, apologies about my dog. He's got all excited because someone came in. Calm down. Come on. I'm nearly done. Just going to set these up. Don't stop barking. Come here then. Come on. Let me get a good boy. It's a good boy. Ooh. Right. So, I want item flag and regent, because it's going to be a regent. So, does that make sense to anyone who cares? So I've got these. These are pickups for the placements. Or I think I call them struct pickups because they're going to be structures. because I'm going to have things like walls and everything in here eventually. Same again though. I need the item flag, but I don't need anything else right now for that because this placeable doesn't require additional code. I don't think. Let me just double check. Yeah, so I've just applied it to. I've just applied the types to these now. So I've got. I am going to bed in a minute. I'm getting quite tired now, but so the chicken always had it, but now this has a placeable. Same with that. And these should have crafting region, so that should stop the errors I was getting anyway. Doesn't fix the issue I was having about the controller, but I've just noticed them, and it would have bothered me if I didn't fix them. Still getting a few, but so what happens if I click that? The variable game object. Right, I'm not going to get too wrapped up on that for now, because that's not what I'm trying to fix. But yeah, so I still can't place. However, it does say here that it's using the item placement controls, not the player controls. So in theory, when I click, yeah, it switches back to player. So it says it's doing what it's doing, but it isn't actually doing that. So I just can't quite figure out why it's not working or only half working. But yeah, this code is a bit messy, it needs a good clean up. So when it's in player mode, these get executed when I press the corresponding, so jumps down to space, things like that. And when it's in placement mode, it shouldn't be able to jump. It's messy-ish, I'd say. It's not the neatest, but I can read it, and I'm working on this on my own, so I'm not too bothered. I'm only saying it just in case people are watching and thinking, "Oh, that code's disgusting." So I'm like, "Sorry about the code," and it, makes me look like I'm self-aware when I'm actually not. So there was another way of doing it that this thing showed. It's a completely different way of writing the code. So I'm just going to copy that, put it in. So it's, instead of that, it's this. So p input, get action map. Okay, that doesn't seem to work anyway, so. Oh wait, get. Maybe if I just put that in there. Oh, I just need to add it. It says it just needs a string. So if I get rid of that, okay, let's comment that out. Try this. So I found the thread on basically how to get things working, and everywhere I looked kept linking me back to this thread, and it didn't really answer the problem I was having, but it did show me these. So let's hope that I tried the bottom one first because I found that in another one as well. So let's see if the top one does me any better. Answer: it does not. I cannot move at all. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Is that because I need to put, maybe I need to put this in the start, or wait, so it assigns it to player. If this doesn't work, I'll just roll it back to how it was. Seems to have half worked. The cursor's still showing me. Yeah, sure. Oh, there we go. So, variable last interacted with of activate script has not been assigned. Interesting. Still getting quite a few errors. Still not working as I would expect. Now, I read somewhere that... Oh, go on, let's have a look. Oof. Yeah, okay. I think the issue with this is it's so repetitive, it's hard to figure out which is what's what. I mean, yeah, okay. Fair enough. You've given my code a new. Right, so that's working. Let's just. Okay, so they both work. Both the pieces of both of those scripts work, but they're still not working. So when these are changing these debugs to whatever I say in here, which is what you want, which kind of shows that it is switching the action map. However, it's still letting me jump. Right, okay. Yeah, I get that. There's a feature in Unity that just does that for you. Like, it'll expand based on positions and stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm not very good at using it like that, but it's pretty cool. I like the concept of it, whether I can do it or not. So, my theory is if first of all, the rotates. I'm going to check out these. My theory is that the things it is kind of working. So my theory is if you don't have a if you switch from player, which has a spacebar jump, spacebar means jump, to another profile, i.e. the placement, which doesn't have a spacebar jump, then it will still use the player one. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, oh my god, my stomach just went sick. Sorry if you heard that. Stomach just growled at me like no other. Maybe I should have something to eat before I go to bed. What was I saying? So yeah, so like you've got the player is the default as I've specified. Yeah, so because I don't have something in the placement controls that covers the jump or anything, that is still being executed. I could be totally wrong. I'm going to test my theory now by yeah, that explains why I can't swing after. I'm going to test my theory by putting debug.log rotate left. So if these flag, that means the rotation script is happening. It's just not doing what I thought it was. But it's actually detecting the 2 buttons I'm pressing. So it'd be a good test, I think. Right, so pick something up. Click on that. So yeah, ish. Rotate right. Oh crap! I didn't mean to. See, it's just removed it from the inventory again. So let's just see if it's actually still there. No, it's legitimately just deleting it from the inventory when I click after that, which is really bizarre. Unexpected behaviour, but I'll try and figure that out. But the rotate did show up with the rotate left and rotate right. But I could do with looking at that live this time. So let me get rid of errors. I just want to see the logs that I want to output. So if I click that, now it should say right, left. Oh, hang on. That's why. I know what I've done. So it was rotating left and setting true and false at the same time, so left and right, which is why it wasn't rotating. Because it was rotating, it was going boop boop, but in like matter of milliseconds. So the human eye couldn't catch it. So let's try that again. But this is going towards my theory of the default. It being the default. So what it might be worth doing is setting the default to pretty much no state. So literally nothing happens on it. Right, so, hey, there it is. brilliant. And then you place it down, and there you have it, fire. Woo. Happy days. Happy days. So yeah, I think if I go into player and don't set a default, in fact, but then, which I think I've already done this bit, is on the start or awake, I set the action map to player. So kind of the default. The starting one is player, but the actual default is nothing. But it's good to know that you have that default. Actually, it's very good to know for future when I actually fully get the controls laid out. So now, let's see, I can jump now, and then I click this. I can still jump, damn it. Thought I were on a roll. Oh. Hang on, it's reverted back to player. Did I not click none? Or does it revert to player when What the hell, man? Let me click none. Right, let's just... Okay, so clearly you clearly have to have a default, and it forces, even though it gives you the option for none, but it forces the, I guess, the top one in. So what if I add this and call it none, just for the crack. Delete that. Into the build state when you just do switch. Yeah, if this doesn't work, that might be yeah. Let's see what happens when I do this. So I've created an action map with literally nothing in it, and I'm going to call it none. So when I press go now, let's see if it reverts it back to player. Right, so it's still set at none. Oh no, never press go. Dirt. So if I can figure this out, I'm calling it and going to bed. I do have work in the morning. Okay, so I can jump out. Oh shit, I placed it down before I tried to jump. Excuse my French. Okay. I can piss off this. I'll figure it out. I'm not too worried because I kind of want you to jump anyway. What I'll do, I'll set the default as player, and maybe take all the attacks and stuff out and I have a separate thing for that. So player will just be the movement that I want to persist through them all, and then try it that way. But I'm not too worried. It works. It works to an acceptable level. It just doesn't work how I thought I'd programmed it, which is kind of bothering me a little bit. But yeah, thank you. I'm gonna go. I'll probably be on at the same time tomorrow for a bit. I'm trying to do a couple of hours a day at least. Keep the momentum going. So yeah, thanks for watching me struggle.